I learned a lot today and it was really emotional. I took the path where my ancestors took. They were slaves, they were chained. This is where they took their last path. They wished and they hoped that they can all get out, but they got sold. They were shipped to Elamina Castle and Cape Coast Castle. Lucky for us, we had Rabbi to teach us the history.
With other rivers, they'll go into the great ocean. And we ask that as the words that were spoken with those libations, may that message carry to the hearts and the minds of Africans, no matter where they may be. May our voices and the speeches and the words that were spoken today by every speaker, may it resonate throughout the world and throughout the universe. We call the heavens their witness to us today. We send forth these words into the ether. We ask that our mother, Asasi, Adamada, where our feet stand today, that it will also receive our words. We ask that these words will mingle with the ethers here and that it will fly across the four corners of the earth. That they might know that we have called upon the Spirit of the Almighty and the Spirit of our ancestors to return our minds as African people back to the center of ourselves, to be able to cleanse us of any of the atrocities that we ourselves have committed by the useless conflict and the useless confusion and battles that we have against each other. That we might heal as African people, that we might be made strong, that we put up a defense with that strength, that we can have a shield against anyone who would try to infiltrate the African family, and try to dominate the African family, and try to come back into other Africans to exploit us. Emancipation means liberation and freedom. And freedom means freeing the mind. Freeing the mind. Freeing the mind. Anytime we say freedom, remember it's freeing the mind. We have come through the emancipation of our physical bodies. But the greatest fight and struggle that must continue is how we free our minds from the shackles of slavery and the shackles of colonialism. In that process, we must assist each other. We must reach out to each other. Although this pandemic tells us that we cannot embrace, we cannot shake hands, but send our minds to each other and embrace in our minds. Let our minds come together. Let our hearts come together. Let our spirits come together. Let us hug each other in the spirit. Let us hug each other in the mind. Let us tear down all the superficial differences that separate us. All the tribalism, the ethnicism, the nationalism that keeps us from calling ourselves by different names. Let the diaspora community, meaning those who are dispersed from Mother Africa, join with the spirit of those of us who are blessed to be on the continent of Mother Africa. Let us be one people. Let us be one African people, no matter where we are. And let us return the love, the virtue, the respect to each other. And when we return that love, that virtue, and that respect to each other, the whole world will stand in awe of the African man and the African woman. We gave birth to the whole world. We don't want to be. We don't want to model. We don't want to follow the so-called developed world in the Western world. The year of return has passed, and now we're in the beyond. We're not going backwards, we're going forward, because the world needs a new standard, and Africa and the African people must set that standard. There are no standards today that we should follow. All the standards that we used to use as a model, the Most High God has shown us that they have failed themselves, and they have no remedy for us. So we must ask God to return our proper mind, that we might have a spirit to see the African in a new image, Africa in a new image that can be a standard for the whole world to follow. So today, let us in one mind and one spirit give thanks for having been brought together in this circle, in this unity. Here back in the scene Manso, where we perform this ritual every year, it has brought fruit, and it will bring more fruit. More, and the closer we bring our minds together and appreciate what we have done to little, the Almighty will bless us with this request. So let's give one more moment of silence and thank the Creator. Ask that when we leave here, as these rivers used to wash our ancestors to be sold in slavery,
We had a silent moment with our ancestors and we prayed for them. We prayed that this would never ever happen again. We washed our feet and our face 3 times. It was so important for us to pray and reflect on what happened in this very place. So, Asimaso will forever hold our history that we will never forget. May they all rest in peace. This is how we celebrated emancipation.